All right, all right, all right. Misty, thank you for hopping on here with me. My name is Mark. This is Misty Cintron. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell the story. I have Misty on with us today to talk about AI and how has impacted her life. And I just, Misty, want to give you this opportunity to tell everybody, where did we meet? How long ago?
Oh my gosh, what was it, like 2019 we met at a conference in Memphis, at a life insurance conference.
Yeah, we were both in the life insurance space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. And then AI, we started using ChatGPT in 23, or at least I did. And then when do you think I started talking to you about using ChatGPT or AI in general?
I think it was like June, maybe 2024. I mean, you probably mentioned it before, but when it comes to like stuff like that, I'm like, that sounds so technical that I probably was like, okay, that's a Mark thing. But I for some reason, like June 2024 really like comes to mind to me, that you really kind of were like, can I show you this? What Chat GPT can do for me. And so I'd say June last
Yeah,
year.
sure. Late spring, early summer last year is when I started really kind of advocating for it with other people after I felt like I understood it and how it worked and I was using it on a daily basis. Absolutely. Yeah, late spring, early summer of 24. That sounds all right. And do you remember, Missy, do you remember how you reacted when I told you about how I use it and what I do with it? Do you remember how that made you, what you felt like?
I have to admit, at first I was like, I don't know about this. Like the whole AI thing, I kept seeing stuff and I was like, yeah, right. Sometimes I make fun of my husband. He's resistant to change. And I found I was pretty resistant to that change because what I was doing was working. So to me, I was like, there's no way an AI can keep up and compete and say the same things I would say or do the same things. So I kind of just, I took it in, I heard what you said, but then I kind of tossed it to the side, a bucketed it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think probably later in the year, I don't remember what it was. I think it was when we were trying to do our logo for my agency, come up with when we were getting ready actually it was June. So I think you're right. I think it was earlier in the year you introduced me to Chat GPT, and I think it was June when I was working on our Hero Insurance logo. I actually was like, well, let me give this a try. And I was like, I actually like that logo.
So that was kind of your first foray into using an AI tool was with ChatGPT, having it make logos for your insurance agency. And
Yeah.
then what happened from there, Misty? Did you keep using it all the time, or did you kind of set it down for a little bit, like, oh, that was cool, and then move on, or what? How did it go from
I
there?
think um I'm a very direct person. I don't sugarcoat things sometimes, and I'm usually really busy. So I think one day somebody said that they're like, that was pretty aggressive. And I'm like, you think that's aggressive? Because to me, it wasn't. It was just to the point, I was saying what I needed to say and just moving on.
Yeah.
And someone said, asked me, they're like, do you have like an AI tool? You could always put it in there and say, rewrite this friendlier. So I tried it and it still came across the same point, but it was much friendlier and more professional, I would say. Like having an HR background as well, I was like, yeah, I guess the more if I was still in an HR role, I probably would have worded it more like that instead of as direct. So then I started using it a lot for that. I would constantly, if I knew I was working with someone else who maybe wasn't as a direct person as me, and I had to, because we work with a lot of different personalities in our industry, I would put it in there and be like, rewrite friendlier or rewrite more soul felt, like however, and it would. And I was just impressed more and more. And then I would just try, like, then sometimes I would need an email drafted really quickly. And rather than me sitting there trying to be like, write me an email for this. And within like 5 seconds, I had a beautiful email, subject line and all, copy paste. Like, and I realized this thing works pretty good. Now I use it for like all my marketing. Like it does a lot of my social posts, a lot of my social content, emails, letters, like pictures. I joked the other day that I think I pay $19.99 a month and it's the best assistant I've ever had.
Best assistant you've ever had. So just in, it's May now. We're not quite to June. So let's just say in the year that you've been using it, you started out using it, you dabbling with it, making a logo, responding to a text, crafting an email. And now you say that it's the best assistant you've ever had. So just kind of a reference for everybody who's going to be watching this. Over the course of a year, you went from using it for maybe a few minutes a week or an hour a week. How much time would you say you spend with it in a day now?
It's a tab that's always open on my computer. That's why I keep looking up, because it's open. And I probably use it 20, 30 times a day. Literally.
A day. Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. That's
I use it for a lot, especially if I'm busy. If I have to, like, please, like, draft a, says that your premium is coming out on this day for email, so I can copy, paste, send. It's created a lot of templates for my training, material. It's honestly, I should have used it sooner. And it's also opened me up to want to look, I'm more open to a lot more other AI tools. Like, I know it does a lot, but I've seen other things out there too that I've started to, but it has set the bar pretty high.
It has. And it's a pretty powerful tool, but it's not the most powerful AI tool out there. It's just the easiest to engage with, right? It's the easiest for the average person to be like, okay, let me see what all the fuss is about, right? And then from there are countless AI tools out there that are very specialized and incredibly capable. So, now that you know what AI can do, and you know what ChatGPT can do, and it sounds like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the thing you get the most value from it is communications. It helping you respond professionally and politely and gently to text messages and emails. And then on the other side of that coin, proactive communications through marketing, where it does imaging for you, it creates ad copy for you, all in your voice, all conveying your message. Does that sum up pretty much how you use it?
Yes, it's especially if you're driving, like, sometimes I'm on the road and, you get an email that comes in, you stop and you see the email and it's one of those, you need to at least get some kind of reply, but you're driving. So it's very easy to hold it, speak, hey, please, reply to an email that the subject matter is this, and then it does it, and I can literally copy, paste, send, and now I've replied to an email even while I'm on the road.
Yeah. A 2-paragraph reply while sitting at a traffic light.
Yeah. Or if you're in one project and somebody reaches out and you need something, and, your mind is on this, but you need this. So sometimes your words don't all come together. Like, what you needed to say. So it's easy again for me to, hey, please reply. The subject line is this. This is what I'm trying to, and I'm like, yep, that's the word I was looking for. You had that brain fart where you just you're like, what's the word that what's the best word I'm looking for to this? So yeah, it's
not replacing you, it's improving you, right? It's not that it can do it without you. It's that it allows you to do a lot more in a lot less time.
Yeah. It's like I said, I say she, mine's a girl. It's like, she's my assistant. It's like, hey, can you do this for me? And she's like, I'm on it. And she does it faster than any assistant I've ever had. She never complains. She doesn't ask for a raise.
No sick days, no stories about their personal life, right? It's
she just
totally different experience.
She's great for research.
Yeah. And so as we wrap up here, because I love everything that you shared, and I think that a lot of people need to hear it from somebody like you, as opposed to somebody like me, right? We're fairly different. So can you just kind of wrap us up here? Tell us a little bit about, who you are, what you do, and then a message that you would have to anybody who is maybe not embraced AI yet. What would you tell? Like, tell us who you are, and then tell us what you would say to somebody.
So, Misty Cintron, I'm an elite national producer in the life insurance industry. Licensed in over 40 states. So talk to people nationwide. I'm very busy because I talk to people nationwide every day. And I'm always short on time, as most people that know me know. I'm very short on time. So for me, I use it for, everything and anything. If it can take it off my plate, and it does, it has opened me up to, I have so much more free time because I'm not trying to word this email. I'm not trying to look this up. Like, even in my industry, I used it to research what was the national average cost of a cremation and a funeral for 2024. And It just pulled all the information for the web, and it showed me in every state. And then it showed me the national average. So like that conversation benefited me. When I talked to a client, like 2 days after that, it was like just crazy that 2 days after someone's like, yeah, I'm thinking about cremation, but I'm not sure how much it costs. So I was like, actually, in your state, because it was still on there, it's this, but nationwide, it's this. And that was just something I had. So I am, as Mark would say, I am resistant to new things. If you have something that's working, I'm kind of old school, like keep it. If it's working, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I sometimes am a little hesitant to try new stuff like this out, but it's something honestly, why didn't I do this a year sooner? Why didn't I do this as soon as it started to come out and people started talking about it? Um, and honestly, look into it. Like, they give you a trial on a lot of these. Try it, if anything, because you just might be surprised. Because when I'm wrong, I'm easy to say I was wrong. And I was one who did reach out to Mark, and I was like, "Hey, Mark, that Chat GPT thing you told me about, I actually use that all the time now. Thank you."
And thank
And
you for taking time out of your busy day to hop on here and do this interview with me and share your experience and your message with everybody who's going to see it. And that message was, don't be afraid, just try it, right? There's free trials. There's no reason not to. It's like saying, no, I don't want to see that bangled color television,
right.
right?
And it's so easy to use. I mean, you can, if it's on your phone, you can hold it and say it. You can type it. It'll give you suggestions. I can easily say, write me 10 articles about life insurance, and it will. And then it'll ask me, do you want me to create images for those? Well, yes, I do. It's the best assistant you'll ever have.
You love it.
I love it. I do.
Very good. All right, Misty, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now.